Yeah! The sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish I'd make them a lot of better stuff because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early rain jab move. Man, I got into such an awful earful with the director of the play for not doing that in the show. The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him. Edgeworth is such a closet nerd, it's adorable. Oh. Yum! That's more than enough from your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins, as I don't have any real strategy per se. Pulling a phoenix, are we? So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in the place of real logic is hardly the von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. I just love how this game just keeps poking fun at Phoenix. It's so great. Miss von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I'm a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it's for the best that it remains unbroken. For no one should have be conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. What a foolish statement for a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed the mouse without bending it. Yeah, like, I mean, they're barely going at it here, and he's getting it very pure, like, from them. So he's having a little bit of a moment of, like, personal insight into Edgeworth, because the only prosecutor he has a relationship otherwise is Franziska, and probably by extension her late father. And if Manfred von Karma is his relationship with prosecutors, then I don't blame him for accusing Edgeworth of forging evidence. But this is my water. So, what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And do what you need. Of course. What I need is evidence that Agent Lang can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood was only on that weapon. Is it only natural that the suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? How long do you intend to cling to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we're left unturned. We managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is the sword.
Hold it.
You has egg? What sort of egg, Mina? You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact? If you got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Scrambled, not stirred. Good choice, Mina. Scrambled eggs are great. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear to you. But the thing is, we know that there is one place they haven't searched because the statue in this room has turned, and they haven't noticed that. The only place where you could find the blood was on the samurai's sword. That's right, even with Lumino, which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the sword is weapon? Yes, we do. If you believe that there's no other door of possibility left open, then allow me to force one open for you. And how do you plan on to doing that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they conclude that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon. Alright, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed the Master Second, what exactly is it? The real murder weapon, which not a single person is supposed to touch, is this. Not the Baba one, but the Alabams, because we're in Alabams. The National Treasure of Alabast. You mean a Primidac statue? Yes. And as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which, I believe, means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? Curry! Curry is delicious. You know very well that if we did that, there would be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabans and the Republic of Baba. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters on the balance over a stupid fight related to the sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined. Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and just after the crimes are different. You mean, is it like French toast? Is that milk, eggs, and like you dip bread in it and fry it? Because that would be French toast. Oh, buns. I think I know what you mean. Are those brioche? Or are they like dinner rolls? I know what you mean, but I just like, there's so many like various breads that have things to do that. Hello, Bello! And there's only one conclusion we can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to the infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, please let's be rational about this. Langzi says, just go already. Yes, sir. I love it. Lang is so good. Shifu. Yeah, I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I wasn't able to obtain permission for us to examine the Primitive statue. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man is one tough cookie. But I guess you're gonna be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. But Shifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet. I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take responsibility, it will be me. Responsibility? If you're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'll be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, less talk and more investigating. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I would like to run a luminal that word test on the statue. Luminal chemiluminescence test on the statue. Damn, I'm good. And humble too. Ow. A luminal test? Ah, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay. Let's get the forensics team in here. Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess that means a real murder weapon. This is the murder weapon that killed Damascus II. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate this just yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill the Mask II, so the charge remains. We're hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real murder weapon, I believe further examination is required. Ha! You think so? Okay then, knock yourself out. With his sword drawn and that you're ready, there's a certain aura of valor around him. Langzi says those who hold the sword hold an equally strong will. It's said that the weapon one holds reflects the strength of one's will and character. Yeah, the music in this game is amazing. I did play some orchestral versions of it earlier, and I will because I found the orchestral version of the soundtrack earlier today, and it was amazing. Although it's technically the orchestral version of the next game, technically speaking. I wonder if it was created to show off the country's majesty. Oh, then what does Francis Whip say about her character? It says that I am ready to enact punishment on those who would break the law. Oh, why are you glaring at me? I thought you understood that I'm not the killer. I believe in your case, she wishes to exact punishment before anything else happens. Well, I don't blame her. Radiance is tough. Hey, look at that. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge looks like a handprint. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like I found some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me now to do anything about that. Hey, forensics guy. I want those results on these fingerprints ASAP, you hear me? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good, and? Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue, well, you know the victim of the murder in the Ablaze embassy? The prints belong to him. To Mr. Manikoshin, sir. But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's impossible. Each Primlock statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Koshin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. Yeah, I agree, Mina. Rather Radiance than Nightmare Grim. I actually haven't done Nightmare Grim yet. This statue is actually Babal's Primlock statue. Impossible! It can't be! Yeah. Larry never once set foot on bubbly soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an alabaster knife in Babal. And the mask was killed on Alabastian soil with Babal's national statue. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. I love it, it's so good. I also think that my camera's a little bit off center. Whatever. Just have to leave be. Yeah, there's that. I might do Grim, Nightmare Grim at some point. But not on the stream, I think. I'm just drinking so much water on these streams. I'll have the time today. Sheesh. There we go. I think maybe. I left the mask the second investigation to Francisco and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth! So, okay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun! In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. I've been goofing off, honest sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? But yes, I'm doing fine. I think it's because of like today's dinner. We had leftovers from yesterday, and there's a lot of cream and like butter in tikka masala. So it's just like sitting in my throat, like slime and stuff from that. It's an unfortunate side effect of eating such delicious meals. Oh, we had really fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy, is that correct? Yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the pink princess mask. The pink princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind I was also playing the role of the pink badger yesterday. Understood, sir. Poor Gumshoe. Gumshoe knows what this means, and he is not amused. Yeah, but someone else can deal with this shit. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that steel samurai was a fake. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time to do for a little housekeeping. Hey, you're not going back to Alabasta already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. Okay, Kay. It would appear that the stage has been is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like
as if you were giving her a sheep robe.
Something like the greatest great thief show. I should think it would be a bad idea for thieves to show her their face into the world. A ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. They're the exact same thing. No way! From the structure up, they're completely different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. And we have the next, like every game must have a discussion about ladders, so here's this game's. Although I think this game has already had 2 or 3 of them, and both of them between Edgeworth and Kay. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much of a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Well... I take it has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Mr. Ambassador Paleno. Oh, what is this something interesting? This, sir! Wow, that's so pretty! I'm so jealous! That's some real treasure there! Why does the flame burn green, detective? So, apparently, if you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns green color, sir! Interesting. So, it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy! What's about these silhouettes? There's still some cutouts on the outside of the lantern, so they'll project images. Oh? Don't tell America. Yeah, freedom. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They're rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Well, that's because I am Mr.'s far partner. Oh, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Oh, Jesus is burning his meat again. How is he burning his meat? Like, is he forgetting, like, the meat is on the stove or something? What sort of curry is it, Pix? Tikka masala? Or is it like one of the other? There are so many good curries. Or just curry. Well, he's useless. Ah, so you're back now? Oh, you're Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you must be tired here. With these, you can eat whatever you like. And these are discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Pigs. Pigs. Bad. Bad Vulpix. Bad. Bad. Bapper. This open air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. Bapper too! It's all to attract extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight, over at the Balabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was going to give a speech. And you know what? Maddie ouch. That was weird. Chicken curry! And you're on fire. Excellent. Maddie told me I should give a speech too. Mr. Koshin told you that. Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started. Exactly. Ambassador Palaeno, I'd like to ask you more about the Primrose statues. Oh, I see. Let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabans and Babal used to be one country called Capodia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Primrose statue belonged to the founders of Capodia. At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Capodia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So, it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Oh, yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, and therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabans and Babal was to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling of the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Primrose statue was even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Palaeno knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing this key and see what it has to say about it. Before that, though, let's find out more about this one. Ambassador Palaeno, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Oh, yes? And do not worry, you can ask me about more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you to come to Bali, yes? Thank you. But just one thing is all I require. Let's see, I would carry it. Oh my god. Why are there so many bad puns in my chat? Why? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Money Koshin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was something I ever needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in smuggling me right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose he was an able man, and I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. Oh my god, it's getting worse. It's getting worse, it's getting worse. Sounds like Mr. Koshin has a very sharp mind. Recently, Maddie had been very busy. Since I became the Ablaze representatives at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council?